Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing you how to ice up a square cake, but just letting you guys know it's a little bit more tricky than icing up a round cake, so keep that in mind. With this cake, actually it's frozen right now just because I baked off a 8-inch square and I didn't have a 5-inch square, so I've cut it down and froze it overnight, stacked it and froze it, just so when we do it all in one coat, it's not gonna come off with all the crumbs and everything, so we don't have to worry about that. We're just doing one coat, we're not gonna be doing the crumb coat or anything like that. So keeping that in mind. And also, if you guys wanna see this cake while it's finished, we are actually making a GRINCH cake. So this is gonna be the chimney part, and we'll actually be doing the 10-inch round base. So go check out this video that you see here. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get started. So I have my buttercream here, and we're just going to start along the top, just going around the edges, a little X. I always start off with the top of my cake, just so I know, keeps in all the crumbs and everything. You want to work somewhat fast just because it is frozen, and if you let it sit too long, it will freeze over and then it's like a little bit harder to scrape. But I'm okay with that because it just keeps all the crumbs inside. And when I stack this cake, as you can see, I stacked one layer going this way and then the other one going the other way. That's just because it's gonna help in keeping like all those crumbs. Now we're just gonna do like a base coat. I'm just going zigzag just to give it a filling. Honestly, it doesn't matter if you want to go up and down or side to side. And I'm just going to put a little bit extra on these side edges. Okay, now that we have that done, I'm going to be taking my spatula and just smooth it out. Make another turn, and you can see I'm just kind of like pushing the excess and like pulling it around to the side. Don't worry about that because we'll just go back in and fill that in. So now I'm going to go back and fill in like any of like these little holes, and then I'm going to make a big border around the top, so when we go along the top it'll be nice, straight and smooth. Now we're ready to use our scraper, and all I'm gonna do is just gonna be going from the corner that you see here and then pulling straight across. And if it pulls off like that, just again like scrape it off. You don't want that like crummy part that you see right there. And then we're just gonna go back and we're gonna add in more icing anywhere here or like down here, because as you can see it's not straight here and you're missing a lot here. So we're just gonna go back and fill all that in. Okay, again I'm just gonna be going back and like smearing this out again. I'm not going like really hard when I smear it out, I'm just going pretty lightly, because again like when you smear it out too hard, that's just when you're gonna get to that cake part and then you're just gonna get crumbs. And if you're wondering why I don't do like multiple coats, that's just because when I do a lot of cakes and I'm the only cake decorator, I really don't have time to do multiple coats when I have a lot of cakes. So we're just gonna be doing one coat. Make sure we just take a couple extra minutes, make sure it's really nice, and that's really all you need. Okay, now when I scrape it, I'm gonna be pulling like straight forward. So now you can see that you have like this excess here, and all you're gonna do is just pull towards it. You want that excess so you get that really straight corner. See? So you can tell it's like a really straight corner. And you can also see like where you need to add in more icing, just because it's gonna gonna have those little gaps. And if you're wondering how much icing to put in your bowl, I would put just a little bit extra in a square cake than you would a round cake. So if you're just measuring out for like say a 6-inch cake, then I just maybe just add in like another scoop of icing, just because square cakes do just take a little bit more. So it's always nice to have a little bit extra rather than always running out. Especially with colors, just because it's really hard to get that same exact color, like almost impossible. I'm just gonna now do our last side. And if you are a beginner and you're looking to make the same cake, don't worry about too much because we are going to be covering it mostly in fondant, so it doesn't have to be like completely perfect. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how it looks right now. I feel like the corners look pretty sharp. So let me wash off my spatula real quick and then we'll do the top real quick. Okay, so I always start with the corners and I'm just going to be pulling like straight towards me. So think of it as if you were just doing a regular round cake and you're just pulling towards yourself, and then we'll just go back and do the other sides. Don't want to pull too hard. Now for all these little gaps and stuff, we're just going to go back and fill that in. So just like how it would be like on the side of a cake where like you're just missing a little bit of icing, that's all it is. And you can tell like right now that since it doesn't have enough icing, that it's kind of like slooping in a little bit. And don't worry, I know this looks like a lot of icing, but we're just gonna scrape it off. So it's always nice to rather have like extra more than not enough. And just a reminder, I'm pulling like straight forward. You don't want to be pulling down or up or anything, just to make sure you have like a straight cake.
And there you go, now you know how to ice up a square cake, but if you want to learn how to ice up a round cake, I've already done a video on that, go check it out. I'll be putting that in the description. And go check out this video of the completed version, and thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time.